Ahoy, friends. It's me, Dave Landau. After a long night on stage, I like to kick back with a captain's hat and a fine cigar and watch the Dennis and Andy show. These guys are huge nerds, but they're the kind that you actually want to hang out with. Enjoy them. I do.
Holy shit, look at that guy on the wrong side of the highway. He's going to kill somebody. Hey! Hey!
What's going on? Joker wants to race. All right, come on, let's go.
Put your window down!
He wants something. He's probably drunk.
You're going the wrong way!
What?
You're going the wrong way!
We're going. Yeah, how could he know? Thank you.
You're going in the wrong direction! You're going to kill somebody! You're going the wrong way!
What is it?
Hey, come on. Let's go, Captain Lindpress. Try again. Hey, everybody, is there a window open? I feel a draft. Wanted a kiss, I'd call your mother. That was a good one.
Hey, prehistoric forest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Andy. I shouldn't have called an apple fritter a donut.
Really? What changed your mind?
Well, might have been that 2x4 you hit me with out there. Hurts here, a little bit here, but mostly here.
Yeah, well. Miss, are apple fritters donuts?
Absolutely.
I knew it. Yeah, well, anyways, I'll have a waffle. We're going to be using aliases our next job to relate to each other by your Christian names. And I don't want any talk about yourself personally. That includes where you've been, your wife's name, where you might have done time, or a bank maybe you're robbing. Here are your names. Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blue, and Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Because you're a faggot, all right?
Why can't we pick our own colors?
No way. Tried it once, doesn't work. You have 4 guys all fighting over who's going to be Mr. Black, but they don't know each other, so nobody wants to back down. No way, I pick. You're Mr. Pink. Be thankful you're not Mr. Yellow.
Yeah, but Mr. Brown is a little too close to Mr. Shit.
Mr. Pink sounds like Mr. Pussy. How about if I'm Mr. Purple? That sounds good to me. I'll be Mr. Purple.
You're not Mr. Purple. Some guy on another job is Mr. Purple. You're Mr. Pink.
Who cares what your name is?
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're Mr. White. You have a cool-sounding name. All right, look, if it's no big deal to me, Mr. Pink, you want to trade?
Hey, nobody's trading with anybody. This ain't a goddamn fucking city council meeting, you know? Now listen up, Mr. Pink. There's two ways you can go on this job. My way or the highway. Now, what's it gonna be, Mr. Pink?
Jesus Christ, Dennis. Fucking forget about it. It's beneath me, you know? I'm Mr. Pink. Let's move on.
I'll move on when I feel like it.
Ooh, gotcha.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic edition of the Dennis and Andy Show, 3 p.m. on this fine, sunny afternoon, Wednesday. Hopefully it's sunny and beautiful where you are. We are so glad to be here. We have a fun guest coming up today, and the big news is tomorrow night, Deadpool Wolverine. We're going. We will drop the review for you guys. Have not been this excited to go see a movie in a long time.
Yeah, particularly a Marvel movie, anything Marvel lately. But, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, they have worked their butts off for this. They're keeping all the garbage, the DEI, all the crap out. Let's hope it's as good as we hope it is. So crossing our fingers, are very excited.
Yep, I saw a screenshot of X-23 in costume. The last time we saw that actress was 7 years ago in Logan. So she's a young lady now.
Or those of us that watch The Acolyte, unfortunately, also saw her in that.
Yeah, I don't watch garbage like that.
Yeah.
So
I took bullets for you guys.
You did. You always take them for us, and we appreciate that. Randy Howell in the house, posting links like a champ.
Great to see Randy. He's always there.
Kor-Drath, The Christmas Miracle. You guys just saw the trailer. That is the 24-page children's book. Easy reader. And, of course, we're doing an adult version as well. Click that link. Go over. Back that book. We'll be shipping it in time for Christmas. Let's see. Ronan is in the house. Hello. And there you go. Lots of people watching. Lady Deadpool. Yes. Well, we already saw Lady Deadpool in a trailer. The rumor is it's Blake Lively. I think that would be freaking awesome if it is. So we'll see. We shall see if it is or not. Okay, let's not hesitate. Let's bring in our guest. His name is Lance Footer. And hello.
Hello.
It's Low Vision Studio.
There we go.
There we go. I'm popping in some links here. So we have known Lance, boy. How long have I known you, Lance?
11 years.
11 years. We were just talking about it, I think, at Heroes Con.
Wow.
And, and this is the first time, as I was reminded by Lance, we have never had him on our show.
No.
I wanted to. And you're like, well, I don't want to bring some blind dude on the show. And I'm like,
exactly.
Well, matter, Dennis.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Now,
I was fighting for you, Lance.
Thanks, Andy.
So some of you might not know. There will probably be a whole bunch of visually impaired jokes today because we do tend to do that. Lance is legally blind and a comic artist. So, Lance, one of the things they're going to ask, and so you might as well get it out of the way right now. Tell them your story a little bit, and how you got doing this, and that you are legally blind.
I was born legally blind. Supposedly, I'm not sure. They're really not sure because I drank poison, stuff called Brasso, because I was Army brat. So I drank Brasso when I was little also. And when I threw it up, it came out everywhere and burnt my optic nerve, nose, everything. Because
Oh, wow.
it was basically poison. And so I don't know if that's what burnt my optic nerve or, doctors way back then, hell, I'm 57 now. So, 51 years ago, doctors really didn't know, So I draw everything through this magnifying glass, and if you're not close enough for me to recognize your voice, you could walk by me and I'm not going to see you. So, but
I got to be honest, your art's really nice. And when Dennis was like, yeah, he's legally blind, I didn't believe it until I was talking to you and you said Dennis was a good looking man. And then I realized, yep, he's legally blind. All right.
Exactly. When you got to find
nobody would say that.
And when you got to find Dennis in certain areas of a convention just to talk to him, we won't go there. We'll be Dennis.
You're the one. Dennis is the one guy that you don't mind walking right by and not.
There
seeing
you go. But if he's talking, I know he's there. So,
and as long as I shower, I can sneak right by Lance and he won't even notice.
No, you can sneak by me anyway because I can't smell or taste. So
wait. So what is this crap that you drank as a kid by accident?
It's called Brasso. It's a brass polish. It's basically because red, black, and white is the colors that stimulates kids, and that's what Brasso's can used to be, red, black, and white. So I came around the corner and thought it was something to drink and downed it. And needless to say, threw it all back up, even though the doctors now say you should have just let it stay in your system, came in, pumped your stomach out, but instead my stepfather decided to have me throw it up, and it came out every orifice you can imagine.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at least, if there's a good thing about being legally blind is when you had Tide Pods in the house, you had no inclination to eat those because you couldn't tell what they looked like.
No, I just couldn't tell or smell or taste them, so it doesn't matter.
See, you love Tide Pods though. It's amazing.
Go.
You keep those down, no problem.
Dennis, I'm sure still does.
My backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Past Master Dan says, "Yep, Brasso's been around a long time."
Never
gun cleaner. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. So
wow.
And he did say, "Wow, no middle ground." Yeah, we don't hold bards, guys. We've been friends, like I said, 11 years, and we all know stories. They're great stories, but we won't bring them up on a show like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I'm curious when you draw, because you held up that little magnifying glass.
Wow.
There's not one that you can get that's like bigger in diameter to use?
I've tried every magnifying glass, and what happens is my eye will still only focus on that one circle.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I've had people buy me expensive magnifying glasses. Hey, try this magnifying glasses. It still doesn't work. That is the only thing I've found to work.
Wow.
Yeah. So you being an artist, drawing through one focal point, not being able to hold your artwork back and look at it. I have to draw a totally different way and structure everything a totally different way than you do.
Sure.
Wow.
Do you work at a different size because it's easier then, or?
Nope. I just kind of know where everything goes, man.
Right. Do you find that, like, time-wise, how long it takes you to do something is drastically different?
Yeah, it's drastically longer.
Yeah. So before we delve into your origins in the comic books, something that I know, when I met Lance, he looks a lot like Lance Armstrong. He is physically fit. He's buff. You'd be like, whoa, he bikes. So tell them about your history in cycling and what you did, because if I tell this story, they won't believe me.
I can't believe you've never described me that way.
Exactly. Buff, especially.
Right?
Only Lou Diamond Phillips does that.
What?
I have peripheral vision. It's not great, but I have that. So usually when I'm walking through a con, I turn my head. That's why I'm walking, because I'm trying to see where I'm going. But so I will get out here on the road on my two-wheel bike and ride a bicycle, because I have a set course that I've done, know where all the bumps are, know where all the things, know where all the turns, so I have a set course that I, follow. But
right.
I was literally probably a good 300 pounds a race came to our town, and I was like, wow, I want to do that. And everybody told me I couldn't. And that's the first thing that's a red flag for me. You tell me I can't, I'm
Sure.
going to prove you wrong.
Sure.
So I got on a bicycle every day for about 6 to 8 hours a day and lost a bunch of weight. And next thing I know, I was invited to a camp at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. And from there, I went to Chula Vista, which was the Olympic Training Center in California. So I've lived at both training centers. I've been there multiple times. And I competed as a para-athlete, somebody with a disability. I call it an inconvenience.
Sure.
And, you know, one season, I think I changed 3 teams, all the way from 2 teams to Team USA. And then that same year in July 5th, I won my first road national championship. So in the United States, I hold 3 national championships for cycling.
Now, how long ago was this?
This was only 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And how far is, like, you know, one of those races or whatever? What's the distance on that? Or
Well, it's usually road or track, but my last big road ride was 108 miles.
What? 108 miles?
Yeah, it took 6 hours and 52 minutes, and we left from downtown Spartanburg, and I climbed Mount Mitchell. And I don't know if you know what Mount Mitchell is, but we climbed to the top of Mount Mitchell.
Yeah, when somebody tells me I have to go 108 miles, I get my car keys out.
Well, there was one year, no lie, I literally did 14,000 miles on my bicycle.
In 1 year? I don't even drive that in a year.
I was just going to say that. You don't even drive that much, Andy.
I don't. I've only driven, because I just got an oil change today. I've only driven like 5,000 miles so far this year. We're over halfway through it. Holy crap.
Yeah. But so yeah, it was different, you know. And I mean, I have a South Carolina State Championship. I was a contender for Rio Olympics. You know, I've had some pretty neat endeavors, and you know, obviously I lost a lot of weight in the process. I was all the way down to 165 at one time.
Oh, wow. I'd love to be back down to 165. You should start riding a bike. You could probably melt it. I was waiting for you to say something like that, Eric, because we got a couple of questions. So, well, first, Team No Sleep says, I'm on a Zoom call at work. I muted them to watch the DNA show and Lance. So look at that. Somebody's blowing off.
Dennis,
work.
I got your shirt on.
Yeah, it says, we'll trade wife for slab, and it's a comic slab. I love it. Hey, Lance, Past Master Dan's asking, has Lance ever seen Jason Bascom?
No.
That name ring a bell?
No.
That name rings a bell for some reason.
It does ring a bell, but I don't know why.
It doesn't ring a bell to you?
I've eaten lunch with Michael Phelps.
Have you really? Oh, was he eating his Big Macs?
No, he was literally at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado, because that's where they have the Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Oh, yeah.
His coach was literally right behind him, shadowing everything he did. Yeah.
Now that is cool. Citizen Ronan says, Lance, you can't go to Mars.
No.
See, Lance, if I was you and I was at the Olympic Center, I would have went up to some of the female divers and stuff and been like, this is what I do. I'm Paralympics because I'm legally blind. Is it okay if I feel you so I get a sense of what you look like? And
well,
just saying.
God, here you go, Andy.
I would have been like, let's see. Oh, nice hourglass. Yep.
Let's just say I can
turn around, slap him on the ass.
I can see shapes, and it was funny because Olympic Training Center was just like high school, and I literally, where I would eat in a circle table, they were all the girls. None of the guys would eat with me. So and all the guys are like, well, what's so special about this guy?
Yeah, that is funny. Hey, Joe Bernardo's in the house, and he's like, hey, what's up? And he said, it's right here. Aloha, guys. Aloha, Lance. How's it going, buddy? You got to meet him.
Yep. That was awesome.
So when it comes to, when did you start drawing or get involved? You know, I assume like most of us as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, were you into comics? Like, you know, with your vision the way it is, can you read stuff or?
No, I've never read a comic book.
Really?
Yep. Never read a comic book. Yeah, that's the hardest part. Is, I mean, I was really an art prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
I won the top 10 in New England in 1984 for my portfolio, and
Oh, wow.
they actually threw me into art school in Boston every Saturday. I was taking the train to Boston every Saturday to the Museum of Fine Arts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that I was asked to teach at Penn State art when I was 17.
Oh,
So
wow.
this has been a long endeavor, and I've literally, every time it seems like I try to get away from it, somebody pulls me back. So I finally just said, well, let's see if we can make this a profession. Because, I mean, I used to get paid from the Olympic Committee, which was nice. You know, it was nice cashing that check with the Olympic rings on it, you know.
Right.
But
Sure.
now I'm doing the comic book thing and, you know, still chasing another dream, you know. So.
Oh, that's cool.
That is, let's just see if we got a few more. Andy would have gone to see the Olympic divers, right, Dennis?
Oh,
I would have.
Yeah, he would have. Andy's brain works in mysterious ways.
It does.
Gymnast, Andy, gymnast.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Good.
There
Good
you go.
call. Good call.
Guys, as we talk with Lance, we're going to pop up a few things here. He's got, you can follow him on Facebook. It's the Art of Lance Footer. And you can check out, we will be showing some of his artwork. He's been doing covers, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. And he also has, let me pull it up in here, lancefooter.webnode. And there's your page. There's the link. You can check out his background. He's got a website and stuff like that.
Cool.
And now, just out of curiosity, as we start going through it, do you take commissions and stuff like that?
That's usually that's 95% of my work is commissions. I do sketchbook covers.
And what's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
Just message me on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the easiest way. I mean, today I'm on number 100 sketchbook covers for the year.
Oh,
because
cool.
I number them all. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
That is
7
cool.
months I've done 100 covers.
Wow.
So what was the thing that got you into where somebody said, here, draw a comic book? Or did you decide to just draw a comic book? Or
yeah, why this line of art?
Yeah.
Because like you said, you've never really read, you haven't read comics or anything. So what led you to go this way with it?
Yeah, because most of the artists that we have on and we talk to them, it's because I read Batman as a kid, or I'm a Spider-Man fan or whatever. You're kind of unique in how you got into this. So what happened?
I love the pinups. I love the whole pinup side of the art field.
Mm-hmm.
Vargas, Olivia, I love that style. I love that era.
Mm-hmm.
I did have comics as a kid, but they were Grendel. That's the only one I had was Matt Wagner's Grendel.
Really?
Oh, and I love that one.
And I literally drew Grendel, the guy, and the girl Grendel, and he was actually here, I don't know, probably over 30 years ago. He was at a little comic book store here, and I brought my artwork down that I had since I was a kid. And he was like, "Who do you draw for?" And I'm like, "No one." And he's like, "You should be drawing for me." And he literally signed, created by Matt Wagner on my pictures that I have. I still have them today.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's probably, I like that character because kind of like Daredevil, it was masked.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even know Daredevil's story until, later on in life, So, and I thought that was kind of cool because I am Daredevil. Just
Right.
want y'all to know that.
Damn. Secret identities for a reason.
Yeah. But I mean,
I was going to say, next time we see you barefoot and doing the walk of shame, there's Lance.
Well, I took karate lessons and all that too. And what was neat about that is, you had the sensei actually shut all the lights off for everybody else to learn in the dark.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, I can't see in here. And I'm like, welcome to my world.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
You
buck
know?
up, pussies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was just gonna ask in karate, huh?
Yep.
How do you do tournaments? Now you've got me curious because this is one thing we've never talked about. Did you just do the kata tournaments? Were you doing the sparring tournaments?
I did it for about 2 years with my daughter, and I literally, one of my katas, I asked I did it, and I asked the sensei, I said, Tommy, I said, can I do this my way? And he goes, okay. And I said, he said, what do you mean your way? I said, I'm going to do it with my eyes closed. And I walked to the middle of the floor, and I turned around, I closed my eyes, and I did my whole kata eyes closed. And he goes, you already passed with your eyes open. He goes, but I've got brown belts and black belts in here that can't do that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's just something else that I've learned. And that's just like I tried golf. Hell, golf's fun. Everybody's like, well, how can you play golf? I'm like, well, when the ball's on the ground, it doesn't move. So
Right.
it's not like a
gotta
baseball.
go in the right direction, and
But you got to turn your head to the side in order to see where the ball is.
Right. Well, we had a BMW charity event with Sia, right? And they had this giant blow up Godzilla, and it had a hole in the mouth. And this guy was selling these some kind of like a golf ball. And I had him sitting down on the screen, and my daughter's going, a little more to the left, a little more to the left, up a little more, Dad, up a little more, Dad. And the guy comes over and goes, what are you doing? She goes, my dad's blind. He can't see where he's hitting the ball. And the guy's like, you kidding me? And I'm like, no. And they sat there about 5 more minutes, and I got it right in Godzilla's mouth. He says, I got pro golfers out here that can't do that shit.
Wow.
I can't do that.
Man, I'm not even blind. And I've had my wife telling me stuff like a little to the left, higher, a little more to the left.
The worst thing is my wife will go, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I couldn't see you showing your phone 30 years ago. I still can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got a great excuse if she ever walks into the room like all wives do and go, how do I look in this?
Yeah.
You're like, the same as always.
The same as you always have. Yeah, it's too
So
funny.
Randy wants to know if you have radar sense.
I have hearing that's outstanding. I have to really shut it off.
See, and Citizen Ronan's asking, does Lance have elevated hearing?
Yes.
Do you really?
Yes. Yes. You could literally set a mouse trap outside, and I could be in the house and tell you when a mouse went in it.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to shut it off. At conventions, I usually have earplugs in, and everybody's like, why aren't you paying me any attention? I'm like, I can still hear you with these earplugs in. Yeah.
Team No Sleep says Lance is a national treasure. There you go.
He's so kind.
So Echo, does he have echolocation?
No.
Rich Stocky's in the house. He can't see me, so tell Lance I've joined the show.
What's funny is we had a bunch of blind athletes at the Olympic Training Center right one time. We all get off the airport, and they're like, just look for the van that's got the Olympic rings on the side. And we're all like, none of us can fucking see it.
Right. Do you know what team we're on, dumbass?
So literally, that's when I realized that I can take my magnifying glass and take my phone and use it as a pair of binoculars.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, that is cool. I was just checking to see if we missed
come here. Sit down. Sit down.
He's got his little buddy with him. He's got his little dog.
Come here.
Do you want to show your dog?
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me see if
He's got an adorable pup.
Come on. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
my goodness.
Oh, look at that dog. He's vicious.
He's so vicious. He's so vicious. Oh, thank you for the kiss.
How old is he?
Say I'm 4.
Oh.
Say I'm only
My
4.
wife love a dog like that.
But see, everybody, because he's my service dog.
Sure.
Yep.
And everybody's like, well, how can a dachshund be a service dog? I said, I can feel everything through his leash, just like a blind cane. You know,
So was he specially? I assume he was specially trained and all that.
Yep. Yep.
So
But
did
I
you?
mean, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, but I mean, I can feel because my touch, I can feel his stress. I can feel everything. I can feel him go over a curve, go up a curve. Everything's through his leash.
So when is this the first service dog you've had, or?
Yes. Yeah.
So was it recommended? Like when you went to get a service dog and do research, was it recommended? Like, oh, dachshunds are really good, or
No.
I mean, like,
no, they wanted me to have a big dog, and I didn't want a big dog because we had lost our dachshund right before that, and I wanted another dog.
oh,
Yeah. But when we
So
got
then
him, he went right to both my eyes and kissed them.
so when you got him, so basically, did you get him from somebody that trains like that, or you got him and then went to somebody to have him?
Yeah,
trained?
I got him and went to somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But as a pup, he realized that my eyes were messed up.
Right.
Yeah. Because dogs know. Yeah.
Sure.
Joe's asking Lance, is your touch heightened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does. So, the old adage where if you lose one of your senses, your other ones do heighten to make up for it. It's true.
What the fuck is your excuse? You have 0 sense.
But I
and
lost
nothing
3
is
senses.
heightened on you.
Yeah, I don't do cents. I only do dollars.
Yeah, you've got nothing heightened.
But I lost 3 senses. So sight, smell, and taste. So
Oh my god.
this is terrible, and this is that's why I do body work so well on cars. Yeah.
So when you now I see you're taking me down these rabbit holes, Lance, because I didn't know you didn't have a sense of taste.
Yeah.
So I mean, I assume you try to eat healthy and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, just make whatever you want, make it as spicy. It doesn't matter. It won't bother me.
Oh, spicy does. Spicy affects my eyesight.
So, okay.
I was going to say, boy, you could win those Guy Fieri spicy wing contests.
Yeah, no. Spicy effect. I can tell if something's spicy because it affects my eyesight.
Right.
It's like if the lady's got too much perfume on, it burns my eyes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then the good part with no smell is you can do a long distance trip with Dennis and have no problem. Unlike me, where as soon as we get in the car, I'm like, oh my God,
dude,
he showered.
when was the last time you showered?
Did.
Yeah.
So we just watched a Fear Factor. We were over here the other day, and one of the Fear Factor things was that they had to do.
Yeah.
It was called Maggots and Cheese. And it was rotten cheese with maggots in there, and you had to eat it.
Wow.
And like only one guy was two people were able to complete it.
Yeah, the chick.
Yeah, the two of them. They were the only ones that even attempted it. The other ones. So number one, the taste, since you don't taste very much, that wouldn't have bothered you. And to me, the worst part about it is the smell is what would make you retch.
Wow.
You could have done that challenge and won $50,000.
Yeah.
Well, no, because there's other challenges where you'd have to use this site. So no.
Yeah.
Hanging upside down from a helicopter, grabbing flags off of buoys.
That wouldn't work. That wouldn't have worked.
Oh yeah,
well.
that was beforehand.
Yeah.
Randy says, "Well, that still saves you from the convention, Musk." That is
exactly. And
everybody loses something. Andy lost his sense of style.
Yeah,
and but we try and make up for that.
It's true. My wife dresses me.
There you go.
Yeah, it all works.
It all works.
Well, let's pop up. You sent me over some pictures, so I know they've been waiting for a little while now. We want to show some of your artwork off so they can get an idea of it. Ronan says heightened sense of touch with maggots in your mouth could be really bad. Oh, you did have to pick it up and eat it with your hands.
That's
there you go.
There is that.
Yeah.
There is that. So the first one we've got here is you've got a girl with a heart, and she's got the little devil horns.
That's what I want to be known for right there.
The style?
The style, yeah. The pin-up style. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you guys see, as we start popping up some of Lance's art, you'll see there's a distinct style. I picked up, it was a lot of years ago. I've got one of Lance's. He did, he loves drawing females. And I think that is most of your commission work, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
If I draw a guy, if I draw a guy on anything, it's usually gone because everybody's like, Lance doesn't draw guys.
Yep. I even got one of your older sketches was Boba Fett, and it was the female Boba Fett. I love it. It's still displayed in my man cave, and maybe next week or something, or one of the next shows that I do, I'll pop it and show you. And then he also drew for me, which I'll show, is everybody knows Phoenix is my favorite character of all time. He drew me an awesome Phoenix that's in my Phoenix gallery display.
Sit down. Yeah, that's a little old school stuff, though, Dennis. I'm just saying.
That is. That's what I'm saying. It's been a while since you've been doing it. Here's his Maleficent, and
there's an eraser.
I was gonna say you'll see erasers in a number. Now, just so the audience knows, you have nice ones, and you also do naughty versions.
Yeah.
So I know you're doing one with who do you are one of the companies you're drawing for right now? Who is it? Because I picked up like your Princess Leia one, and it's got the 3 different covers. Explain that a little bit.
That was Comics Elite. They found me in Florida. At MegaCon this year. I was at MegaCon with Ola and Pluto, and I had Marat Michaels, Ryan Kincaid, Marissa Pope, Mike DeBoffo, and somebody else all right across from me. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to make any money, you know. And Comics Elite guys, Ernie and Sam, were over there at Ryan Kincaid's, and he saw one of my banners, and he goes, we're going over there next. And hell, that led to them buying artwork from me Saturday. They brought it back. They sold it all in 10 minutes. They came back Sunday. Yeah, 10 minutes. Came back Sunday, and they bought more artwork, and that all sold out Sunday. And everybody was like, who is this guy? You know, and he's like, Sam's taking credit for finding me at MegaCon. And it was funny because, you know, I'm like, well, I appreciate that because, hell, I was really thinking at MegaCon if I should start another career change because MegaCon was so bad and it cost so much money, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe this wasn't the path to go down, you know? And, you know, that turned everything around. I met the owner for Comics Elite. He asked me if I would take some of my covers that they had bought from me and turn them into published covers. So I did work for, I think I did 4 Power Hour covers this year so far for Comics Elite. And then, you know, I was gone from my table as I usually am. And my wife goes, that guy over there that you like has came over and got one of your cards. And I'm like, what guy? And she goes, that guy right across. You know, I'm like, Mark DeBoffo did? She goes, yeah. And she goes, I'm like, holy crap, I got to go over and say hi now.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I love how you draw faces. I love the expressions. I love everything about your artwork. And I'm like, dude, I'm blind. He's like, is that why you're drawing with a magnifying glass? I'm like, that's why. And he's like, I'm done.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm showing your Batgirl right now.
Yeah, she got smiley faces.
She does. She does. This one has the smiley face on it.
There's an eraser.
Yep. And then there's this one's a Xenoscope, Heart of Magic.
Well, see, I used to work for them too. So I think in 17 or 18, I was doing their VIP sketchbook covers for their VIP program.
Oh, cool.
You know? So, you know, and I've done I've done them cards for Marvel. I've done cards for Dynamite. I've done work for Zenoscope, you know, and now Comics Elite, Clay and McDonald. And I love the big companies, but I'm still more kind to the indie people because the big companies you're just a number, and indie people, they're more family to me. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yep. There's your Grimm fairy tales. It looks like Little Red Riding Hood.
There you go.
Why? What big Tetons you have?
Yeah, what a big eraser you have.
So when you start doing a drawing, where do you start? Because since I'm looking at the whole page, I start big and work work down to the details like sculpting. So I'll rough in the whole thing and then work my way down to the details. How do you start off?
I start off every picture with a circle for her face.
And then just go from there.
And go from there. Yeah, I structure it all from there. Yeah,
okay.
So it's still all, everybody's like, well, all I can draw is a stick person. And I'm like, that's how all this starts with, is a stick person.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And, most people are like, well, I don't understand why you're doing it that way. And I'm like, because that's the way I have to do it.
Right.
And it takes longer. And like all these covers, they all had a prelim. So I'll take the backer board and I'll prelim it on there. I'll rough it out on there. And then I get that approved before I put it on a cover. So besides somebody just buying the cover, I give them the option to buy a prelim also.
So then how do you transfer the prelim over?
Just looking at it, memory.
Oh, okay.
Just done. Yeah.
All right. So no light box or anything.
Nope. No, I don't trace a thing.
Right.
Yeah, because I was going to say when you did my Phoenix for me, I call it the rough. You showed me the rough, and you're like, "What about something like that?" And I'm like, "Gee, that works for me." And that was all it took. So I love it.
Yeah. But
Here's I'm showing your Zatanna right now on the DK3 Master Race.
Yeah. So I love the covers that actually have room for you to draw on. There's two guys. That was gone instantly. Like Lance do something besides a girl.
Yeah, you barely see him though.
Yeah, exactly.
One of my favorites that you did, and I didn't see it in here, was you had done a really cool Princess Leia way back, but it was with Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was I think you turned that into a print, right?
Yeah, I turned it into a print. Yeah.
So as we're going through this, I know you've been, we see you at conventions. There's a number of them that you and I do together. What are some of the conventions that people will find you at that they could look you up and stop by and see you?
I'm thinking I'm not going to do as many, but this year I still have a guest next month in Florida at the Infinity Toy and Comic Con. It's just a one-day show, but I'm blessed to be a guest down there. And then
where's that one at?
It's right on the outskirts of Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a one-day show.
Sure.
And then we have SC Comic Con Junior.
Yeah.
And I think next year, because I've traveled so much and wasted a lot of money traveling, I think I'm only going to do Heroes and SC Comic Con, not even do Junior again.
Right.
Because I can't drive, so everything's a flight. So that's the hardest thing too. Either that or my wife's got to take off work, and she's just like, I'm using my vacation days to drive to a show and then sit at a show and then drive home.
Sure.
That's not fair to her.
Sure.
And like MegaCon.
You can order prints from Lance Footer's webpage, and there's the link for it. So you guys can always go in and check that out. And there's the picture of you pointing at your Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that was the first cover I did for Comics Elite.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That was the first published comic for them, but it started as a sketchbook cover.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. And they said, hey, can you ink and color that too? And I'm like, yes, I can.
Yeah. And then there's Catfight, Comics Elite. There's the one that says Catfight.
Yep. Yeah. So that was, I think, the third cover. But that was the first for Merck Publishing that I did. So there's a lot of firsts. Now, see, that Alice is actually my Velma that's behind me. Her name is Christy Leone. She's from the UK. And she literally, I've used her in the past as one of my models, and you find out quick that you better draw them exactly how they look, or they're gonna get upset. And she literally, we were sitting there one day, and I had drawn her as Velma because she had dressed up as Velma for Halloween, and I'm like, can I draw that and use it as my banner? And she's like, of course you can. And then she goes, well, she works for Dollhouse Photography, which is a big photography studio in the UK. And she goes, I'm going to see Chrissy tomorrow, Chrissy Sparks. And I said, you are? She goes, yeah, what do you want me to dress up as? Because I want you to redraw me. And I'm like, Alice in Wonderland? And that was the picture she had sent me. You know, of course, everything else behind it's my creation, but
sure.
If you look at it, it's actually a 9/11 tribute because the clock says 9/11.
Oh, it does. Okay. I did not notice that.
You got Tweedledum and Tweedledee for the two towers. Okay, and if you ever go to New York, at the park, there's a giant Alice in Wonderland statue there that you can actually climb on. It's huge. I've actually sat in Alice's lap up on it. It's so big.
What is that? Are you talking Central Park or what park? Yep. Really? I never knew that.
It's cast in, I think it's cast in bronze. It's huge. You need to look it up because it is really cool.
Yeah. Well, that's one of my vacations next year. We've already been planning that. So I know what I'll have.
How about you get through 2024 vacations before you worry about 2025 vacations?
Because we're
how about give me some money so I can go on vacation?
Right? He's already been on like 10 this year, Lance. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've been to conventions.
Rich goes, how do others hypothetically get women to send them photos? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend, yeah. Lance usually does. Yeah. And it's funny because most of my models, besides Ivy Cosplay, most of my models are from the UK. That actually, and they're all friends with, like today, she's working with Tresemme, the shampoo people. She was just hired for Tresemme to do modeling for them. Yeah. So, that's the kind of person that she is. She's very well known.
I guess my question when she dressed up as Velma would have been, why Velma? Why not Daphne?
Because we all know Velma's the hotter one.
Exactly. Because Velma's got a short skirt.
Just saying. I don't
know
if I agree with that one.
Just saying.
It's the Ginger Marianne kind of conundrum.
Oh, here we go.
It's always Marianne.
It's always Marianne.
Yep. Always.
Oh, there's a rogue. Love the rogue.
Wow.
Well, so Lance, what do you do like in your free time when you're not drawing and stuff? Are you able to, could be a dumb question, but are you able to like watch stuff like TV or?
I don't watch much TV at all. That's the whole thing too. Is so I have to sit on top of the TV to watch it.
Right.
Basically. So I do watch TV with my wife. I really just listen to it. Yeah. Because I have to watch it on my peripheral, and it's just it's not TV. It's like video games. I can't play video games because I can't see them on the TV.
Those will rot your brain. I don't do video games either.
So, boy, I could play Lance in some Street Fighter 2. We do some ping pong, some billiards, and some darts.
I can play Pong now. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking old school shit right there.
That is. Believe it or not, that truly was my first video game.
Me too.
It required... It was a console about that big.
Yeah.
And, it had the two buttons and it didn't plug in. It took 6D batteries and then it just plugged right into the TV. And it was Pong. And then they called, it was like ha la 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 la. And it was the other crazy one where it bounced all over the place. That was literally the game. And we would sit down and play that thing for hours. Until the batteries would die.
Yeah. I remember. That's an indie cover. That's an indie cover right there. I did for, I think it's called the Sinister or something like that. but that's an indie cover that I just did. And the guy asked me to do it because I had drawn at Indie PopCon Red Riding Hood with Big Bad Wolf behind it, and he loved the concept so much. He's like, "Can you make my character with my monster behind her as the same kind of pose situation thing?" And I'm like, "Sure, I can." So that was fun to create.
What are you doing most of the color with?
Digital.
Oh, okay.
Digital. Yeah, everything. If it's a print or something like that, it's digital. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got a giant. I got the biggest Wacom tablet you could possibly see.
Right.
So, but I'm working right off with my nose is on the screen.
Right.
Well, when you do sketches, because like some of them were, physical blank covers and stuff at a convention, what do you typically do for colors on those?
Copic markers.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. What's funny is everybody's like, "Where did you get so many Copics?" Well, I had a case of Copics, and then there was a estate sale not too far away from the house, and they were like, they had Copics because the lady was a big artist.
Holy shit!
And the lady goes, I'm like, "Those are $100 or $200 for per case," and she's like, "Yeah." Well, nobody bought them. So my wife gave him her phone number, and she's like, "Well, when you get to the end of all this," she goes, "when you get to the end of the sale, let me know. And if you haven't sold them," she said, "I'll come back and I'll offer you some money." She goes back over there, and she bought 500 or 600 Copics for $200.
Holy
wow!
Crap.
Yeah.
I've never gone to an estate sale that had anything worth a crap.
Yep. And because everything else was snatched up. I mean, even all the oil paints and everything,
Wow.
But yeah, I have a very large amount of Copic markers.
I know Dennis is going to kick the bucket before I do, so I can't wait till that happens and Susie has an estate sale.
There you go.
Swoop up and have some good deals in that man cave.
Just let me know.
She'll be like, "Oh, you just take this crap for free. I just want it out of here." I'm like, "No problem."
Exactly. Stuff and run.
That's right.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to have to fight my daughter, and she could kick your ass.
So both of those covers are indie covers.
Yeah,
So,
Bunny Goes to Space.
Bunny Goes to Space and Werewolves of Brooklyn. So those were both in indie.
Werewolves of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's got a nice ring to it.
The one before that was Vampires in New Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, that one was not censored, so we had to skip over that relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And look at that! There's your Ghostbuster.
Oh,
there you go.
Casper's getting a handful.
Love that one, dude. You have such a fun art style about it. I mean, it's just I've always enjoyed this stuff.
It's where you have to cross between pinup work and cartoonish to do comics, and that's what molded together is that.
Sure.
Look at those markers.
I know. I can see it.
Wow. But look at those. Looks like you got a good deal on those.
Exactly.
Gee, I recognize that one.
Yeah. That was my first. That was May the 4th cover for Power Hour.
Yeah, I picked up. This is the set I picked up from Lance. They've got. Are those considered artist proofs that I picked up from you?
Yes, I think you got the artist proofs. I'm
Yeah,
not sure if you
LF5,
did, but yeah. If you got those, because there was only LF 1 through 5s. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But I mean, I have them non-artist proofs also.
Right.
So I still have a good number of covers because they gave me a good bit even at Heroes.
So do you have these available for sale on your site too?
Yep. Not on my site, just personally.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole thing too. Getting a website, taking care of Instagram, taking care of TikTok, taking care of Facebook, taking care of Facebook art page, and then trying to work and then trying to work outside, and it's just like, this is a little overwhelming.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's I love the cutesy, I guess it's called cheesecake art, but
Sure.
I want to be known for the pinup stuff in the long run. You know,
Sure.
that was actually a naughty cover that the customer asked me. He goes, "Can you cover her up?" And I'm like, "Yes, I can."
And I did.
Yeah, and I did for you. Yeah.
Yep, very cool. I think we're getting one. Oh, I remember this
So,
one too.
you got to zoom past them if you didn't. You got a
Well,
naughty
all
one
these
there.
are covered, so we're good.
Okay.
You put the smiley face on, so
Okay.
we
All
can show them. There's one, Darkwing Duck.
That is totally different.
Yeah, I did that for my son-in-law. And
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
he literally brought it to CGC, had CGC come pick it up, and sent it off to be graded. And it was funny because Sunday morning, I was getting my books, my LF copies graded at CGC, and the guy came up to me and he goes, "You did that Darkwing Duck cover, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Saturday went by, Friday went by, Saturday went by, and you remember my Darkwing cover?" And he goes, "Yeah, I sure do." He goes, "Because that was the coolest thing I seen here all weekend." And I'm like, "Holy crap!" Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
yeah. Come here, Pluto. Yeah, I got the sign. The lady at CGC's like, can you make sure the artist is free before you have these signed?" And I'm like, I am the artist. She's like, "Well, that's never happened before. You come up here and wait in line, and you're the artist to sign them." I signed all my books right there at CGC. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. There's Snow White, and I think that's your last one I've got.
That one I actually just turned into a print.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's print. Very nice.
Yeah. So after that, I can take it from there and I can take a photo of it. Now I've got all the line work done and everything's already done. So it's easier for when I put it on my tablet, my Wacom tablet.
Oh, right.
That, I've already got the line work done. So now I'm just lowering opacity and I'm basically tracing over my own artwork.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I turned that into a print.
So before the show, we were talking, and you were talking about you have a truck that you're restoring. So is that a hobby that you've always liked to work on cars and stuff?
Yeah, I always had a car fetish. Even though I can't drive any of them, I've always had a car thing.
So what else have you worked on besides like this truck that you're talking about now?
We had 16 Mustangs one time in our yard.
16? What years were they? And were they all different states? Like they weren't all whole cars, were they?
No, they were anywhere from 64 and a half to
Oh, you did have one.
An 86.
Really?
Yeah. I've even had a 67 fastback gone in 60 seconds.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I always liked the coupes better myself. But
yeah. I actually have a 68 coupe right now in the yard.
Do you really?
I saved it from the crusher. It had motor and transmission, everything in it. The guy was taking it to the crusher.
So how is it? So wait, is it drivable or no?
No. It had a motor and transmission in it, but I took it out. But I mean,
It's
still a complete car.
What did it have? A 289?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has a complete interior and stuff. It just needs the motor and tranny, or
it did, but I've already sold all the interior because I made all the money back for the whole car through selling the interior. Yeah. I just parted out. I mean, I had so many 65 and 66s. Some guy needed a roof, and I went out there and cut a roof off for him.
Did you really?
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. Well, we know about what you're working on. Why don't you just let everybody know what you're restoring right now?
I have a 67 Ford F100 that we're restoring back to frame off, everything. So it's going down. It's actually, they got the frame sitting on a dolly and we're cleaning up the frame, and then we'll end up painting the frame and then putting it all back together. So it's just basically a giant model kit.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it is.
So once you get it back to totally running shape and everything, then it's a keeper or sell?
Yeah, we'll keep it because I was born in 67. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something to hand down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy the car sense. Like my wife's got a Jeep that she takes to Jeep shows. I have a Jeep, but we don't take my Jeep to a Jeep show. I mean, she's won several awards with her Jeep. And what's funny about it is that we are the ones that did all the wrenching. So lift kit, shocks, sway bars, everything I've done. Yeah.
So what type of Jeep is it? What is it?
It's a 2018 JK. It's Smurf blue, and it's
your favorite color.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture of it. Smurf blue. And it's funny because we'll be parked in a handicap spot, and the guy will be like, "Dude, I love the color of your Jeep. Well, that's a pretty blue." And I'm like, "It's blue? My wife told me it was green."
Damn it! Why would you lie to me?
Yeah.
Master Dan's asking numbers matching.
No. Frame and cabin matching. Engine is not.
Oh,
no.
Right.
Yeah. No, you can't. I don't know. I could probably find them that way now, but old trucks usually came with a 6-cylinder in them.
Yeah.
You know? And the way I'm going with this, it's not going to be numbers matching. So
do you do the engine restoring as well, or just body stuff and buy like the whole engine already restored?
It was a running driving truck. This is what's crazy is my daughter goes, "I can't believe you had a running driving truck and you just took it apart." You know, but I did.
I can see you're saying that to you too.
You know, it's like, you know, I need a truck to go get parts. And she's like, "Dad, you had a running driving truck." You know, but you know, I'll have to farm out the transmission and I'll farm out the engine work. Even though it's already done, I'll still farm that out.
Sure.
But everything else I'm doing and my wife is doing. So
wow, that's cool.
You know, she's big into helping with every part of the truck. So that's even cooler that she has an escape too. You know, so she'll be like, "I'm going sanding tonight." And I'm like, "Okay." So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So wow, his wife sounds more manly than you. His wife works on cars, sands things, and when I ask you what you're doing at the house, you're like laundry.
Yeah, laundry.
Dishes.
You know, here's the thing. All right, since you're pulling this crap up, Andy texted me the other day. "Do you have saws? Do you have saws?" And I was like, "Yeah. I've got all 10 movies. I've got saws. I've got wood saws. I've got circular saws. I've got a trimming saws." And and I said, "What do you need?"
And I said,
"Well, what do you got?"
Right.
So I literally went out and took all the different saws, took a picture in the garage to send him. Because apparently Andy has no saws, no axes, nothing.
I have a hacksaw and a table.
There you go.
And neither one of those would work for what I needed. So he took a picture of all the saws laid out on the floor. I must say they look brand new, like they've never been used.
None of them
that you have them. And he brought over a couple, and I ended up just buying a brand new axe and using an axe anyhow. So
there you go.
I appreciate the gesture.
See, some of us have tools and use them on the regular basis.
I don't know if you use them on a regular basis.
You can ask my wife; she'll tell you the truth.
I mean, I did put luminol on the saws, and for some reason, blood showed up. So I don't know what you're using them for, Dennis.
Exactly.
You and moving all over the country with your wife from the Midwest to Texas to here. Seems like something
I watched Dexter. Hey, I watched Dexter. I know the appreciation of wax paper and plastic wrap.
You have a kill room in your house for some reason.
Wax paper and plastic wrap. Let me back you up right there. Okay, wax paper and plastic. No. It's called lime and a shovel.
Exactly.
No lie. I had somebody break into our house up on the mountain when we lived on the mountain, and the forensic guy came and he stole a hood off of one of my Mustangs. And he's like, "Would you be able to tell if it's your hood or not?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Why?" I said, "Because I airbrushed a giant American flag on it." And I said, "And I signed it when I got done, and then I clear coated it." And he goes, "Oh, well, that's pretty good." Well, come to find out, the crooks brought my hood back, right? Because I guess they figured out they're going to get busted because it's got my signature on it, right? Well, they brought the hood back. The forensic guy comes and he goes, "You know what we do with people up here?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "We get a shovel and about 100 bags of lime."
There you go.
Yep. And even Rich
no
goes,
plastic wrap, no plastic.
Oh, no, I know. I mean, true story. So when I was going to the Cuber school in upstate Jersey, it was like going into the spring. And you'd always see a deer on the side of the road that somebody hit. You know, it was just lying there.
Wow.
And at least back then, I mean, I don't know what they do now, but I can remember I would always obviously drive the same route to school, and I see a dead deer. And then the next day I drive, and the dead deer's there, but it just has lime all over it.
Wow.
Right? The street crew, whoever it is, the city of Dover was like, just throw a bunch of lime over it.
Yep.
And every day I would drive by, and it just deteriorated so fast.
Exactly.
It was just amazing.
You lived in New Jersey?
Well, I went to school up there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
High school?
No, the Kubert School, the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art. That's where I went to art school. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was upstate Jersey, but yeah. And it was just fascinating because I've never seen anything like that before.
Right.
So on a daily basis, driving by and just seeing it, like the pile just get smaller and smaller.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I say, looking at the chat, they're giving great advice on how to get rid of bodies and stuff.
There we go. See,
I do love the chat. This has been really fun. You guys always have great questions. You've been a very active chat. We've had a good turnout. I had to upgrade X, so we got 125 people on watching right now, and yeah. We're glad you guys were able to join us. We have to keep it kind of short today. Donald Trump is in town, not too far from the house here. So he will be coming to the big rally, which means things are going to be blocked down. So it'll be time to boogie out of here before Secret Service comes.
Yeah, we were going to go, but then I just figured I'll just text them, have them come over after the rally.
There you go.
So,
there you go. There you go.
That's what we're going to do.
Just
put
him on the DNA show.
Yeah, but he likes to keep a low profile, Lance. I mean,
there you go.
Is Dennis breaking up with us? No breaking up. And if you want to see the bodies pile up, but we know how to get rid of them now. See, Kor-Drath the Awakening.
This Kor-Drath the Awakening, guys? Kor-Drath the Awakening by Dennis and I. We are. I'm going to do some quick math. $607 away. Did I do that right?
You did good, Andy.
Look at that. $607 away from 50 grand unlocking the first stretch goal. And we actually added a new tier today. First time we're offering this. Let me scroll down. No, it's not a date with Dennis. Who said that? Come on. We're trying to make money on this campaign.
No, I was just going to say that would be really good, but I don't think my wife would go from that. Yeah, we're only 21 backers from 200.
No, 700.
Well, that's what ain't Randy just put.
Well, he mistyped.
He did.
So, guys, we're doing the signed, graded, and slabbed through our buddies at CBCS, the Authorized Signature Witness and Grading Facilitator. They're great. We've worked with them before, as in personal type stuff, and we actually have some Kor-Drath The Reckonings on the Kor-Drath website that are available. Very limited number of those, but we're going to be doing this. And let's see. Let me scroll down to that actual tier. There it is. CBS signed edition, $100. Dennis and I will sign it, get it off to CBCS. Every book we've sent to them before with the previous campaign has come back at the low end 9.6. Most of them were 9.8s, and we actually got 199.
Yeah.
So you never know. You could get a 9.9 out of this deal, but at least it'll be a 9.4 or above. So go check that out, guys. Just added that today.
Hey, Death Metal Hero said, I see the antagonizing of Dennis and Andy at Heroes Con finally worked to get you on the show, Lance.
Exactly. It was Andy, not Dennis.
This the beginning of the show, Death Metal Hero, but we actually had to cancel. The poor guy got kidney stones, and he canceled last night. So Andy goes, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I already got the answer. I told Lance he would be my first one if we got to cancel. And I did. I texted him and even said, let's do this. And he goes, you bet. So anyway,
that's right. Worked. It all worked out. So guys, go check out Kor-Drath the Awakening. The story picks up right after Kor-Drath the Reckoning, where Vordoom was introduced, the big bad of the story. Kor-Drath and Adriana are on the hunt to learn more about these artifacts and to secure these artifacts before the evil Vordoom can. They need to save their land, the Shattered Reach. Join the adventure. Go back Kor-Drath the Awakening. Get yourself an Adriana t-shirt featuring Bud Root's variant cover as well. It matches great with the Lilith shirt. We still have the regular Kor-Drath shirt from the previous campaign, the original OG shirt available too. I think Dennis is wearing his. Of course, he ruined it by cutting the sleeves off, but
you mean enhance. The correct word isn't enhance.
Whatever. You give a hillbilly something nice and they have to cut the sleeves off.
Exactly.
Exactly. Lance knows.
Hillbilly.
Exactly.
So, yeah, guys, go back this. We've got the role-playing game Dennis wrote for this one. Whole new story, different adventure you guys can play. Along with that, of course, I got two. You did, Randy, and we appreciate that. Of course, you can get.
Whoa, Death Metal Hero. Hey, sleeveless shirts are effing rad. That is right. Whoa. It's okay.
Kor-Drath figures for role-playing, the 2-inch, which is the standard role-playing game size figure, 3-inch and 5-inch. So it's like a little mini statue of Kor-Drath you can get. Come in a nice clamshell package right there. Once we hit 50K, which we're so close, everybody will get the Vordoom playable character card, art on the front by myself and Dan Lawless, and on the back, some great playable stats by Dennis himself. Dennis, how old is Vordoom?
Well, Vordoom is older than you, Andy.
That means he's older than you, too.
Come on.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we also have, let me just ixnay that graphic right there. Where is it? Right here. The collectible box. If you back the Awakening tier, you'll get all the covers and the game module, the Adriana trading card, and this beautiful collector's box. But if you just want to back one copy of the book and get the box as an add-on, you can do that too for $12. It'll be shipped, of course, in another box because it is a collector's box and we want it in nice shape. And then there's also Kor-Drath, A Christmas Miracle, the children's book. We like to call it the little campaign that could. One backer away from 25 backers, guys. It's a children's book, 24 pages, easy reader. So Susie can read it to Dennis before he goes sleep night on Christmas Eve. Yep. And then maybe at some point Dennis will be able to read it all by himself.
Be a big boy.
One day I might be able to. I wish I could.
Go, Dennis.
Boy. That's right.
Pretty artwork for the kiddies. Nice, fun, wholesome story. But don't worry, guys. For the adult in you that loves Kor-Drath and his raging violence, we are doing come back here. We are doing the oh my god, it keeps bouncing away. Stop it. We are doing the adult version where we're swapping pages out for the more adult themed pages.
Let's just say heightened violence.
Heightened violence.
Because things don't always go so smooth for poor Kor-Drath, as he has to keep his Christmas miracle a secret.
That's right. So go check this out. We hit 3,000. That's what that says, right? Yep. 3,000, and we will unlock the stretch goal, the first stretch goal of the Kor-Drath and Adriana cutouts. So you have something to do with your child as well. Help them cut these out and stand them up on your table, nightstand, at work, wherever you want. Look at that. Beautiful.
And Randy says Kor-Drath fans are pretty bloodthirsty. You are? Because we were just doing a children's book. And honestly, you guys were the ones that came back and they said, would you also do an adult version of the same story? So we said, of course we could. So, yeah, that's the reason. You guys asked for it.
You asked, we delivered. So, guys, go back this. If you back the regular Kor-Drath, the Awakening or the Reckoning, you'll definitely want to add this to your Kor-Drath collection, and this will ship in time for Christmas, so you'll be able to get it right in time for the holidays. So go check this out as well. There's the coloring and activity book with connect the dots, word search, crossword puzzles, fun things like that. That's going to be 36 pages, the whole story, plus these extra activities for people to do as well. And let's see, what is Randy asking there?
He says, how about a pinup the size of a mini print?
We'll see. We shall see. Not a bad idea, Randy. So there you go, guys. So check this stuff out. Links are in the description below for both of those. Like I said, we're seeing Deadpool Wolverine tomorrow night. Actually, we will be at the theater at this time tomorrow.
We will.
Movie starts at 4:40.
Popcorn, soda, ready to go.
Dennis's wife is going. My wife's going. My daughter's going.
We're all going.
It's a family affair. Dennis is going to have to keep his hands to himself. Usually when it's the two of us, I got to say, stop it.
Exactly.
But now his wife's going to be there, so he'll have to be nice during the movie.
Well, and then tonight, Andy and I will be on Reenie's channel. So
that's right.
Those of you guys that are fans of Reenie, you'll want to join us over there as we get to chat with her. If not, she was at Heroes Con, and that's the last time I've got to see Reenie. So this will be a fun night on her channel.
That's right.
At 9:30 Eastern, I think.
Yep, it is 9:30 Eastern time. Talking to Reenie about Kor-Drath and stuff. Should be fun. And next Wednesday, we'll be back at 3 p.m. with a new exciting guest that's never been on the channel. Stay tuned for that announcement. And Lance, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
I feel I should not say it was great seeing you because you can't reciprocate and say that back, but that's okay. It was great seeing you.
Great. I can get my magnifying glass up there and try to see
you. You could.
Hey, how's it going?
There you go. You got to hear our lovely voices, and that's good enough.
There you go.
Yeah, it's always good seeing you, buddy. It was. I'm glad you were able to hop on at the last minute. We had an opening. You took advantage. It's always fun, and I think the next show we will see you at probably is going to be
Junior.
Yeah, because you don't do Rick and Dave in Concord, right?
No, we won't go into that, but you know.
Okay. Well, then it will be SC Junior in October 27th.
Yep.
So that'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yep. Joe says, aloha, guys. Catch you later. Lance, it was great meeting you at Heroes.
You too, brother.
See you later, Past Master Dan, Randy Howell, everybody else that joined us. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube and Twitter.
A big thanks to our wrenches. They posted so many links, and they're always awesome. Both Randy and Past Master Dan. So thank you very much for doing that.
All right, guys. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.
Oh, gang signs. I'm so glad you can't see that, Lance. It's offensive.